Welcome to Crosstalk, where real conversations spark real change. This is your front row seat to the journeys of local entrepreneurs, ministry leaders, artists, and everyday people making a difference right here in our community. Each week, we dive into honest conversations, how dreams got started, the challenges faced, and the vision shaping our future. It's about more than business or titles. It's about passion, purpose, and the heart behind the hustle. So whether you're looking for inspiration, practical advice, or just a reminder that you're not alone on your journey, you're in the right place. All right. So, you can explain this as you're still typing out, but...
No, I'm done.
Okay. So first camera here is the one that's going to be used for the actual episode launch. The phone in the back is recording live on TikTok.
Oh, jeez, right. We're going TikTok.
Listen. I was against...
We're on TikTok.
Yeah. So I wasn't on it for a while. So when I started doing this, it was complete God just making a way for it. So when I first started posting them, it was just on Facebook. And then it was on Instagram. And then the YouTube for the long form video.
Okay.
And then a buddy of mine introduced me to the software that takes the long form video and breaks it into shorts. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And it had the option on there to post on TikTok, which I was already posting it, just one extra click that I had to do and it would post on
TikTok.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, might as well then, I guess.
Yes, exactly.
And I just have it.
How many people do you have watching? Do you know? Can you see that?
At the end, we'll be able to find out. So the first time I went live, there was now some people might just stop in for a few seconds and slide by. But first one was 400 or something like that.
Okay.
And then the last one that I did was 250 for live.
Okay, that's fine.
But the shorts that I post, each short gets at least 150 views.
Okay.
Some of them, depending on the topics and stuff, I have one that has 195,000 views.
Okay.
So, and that's just TikTok. Most of the time between all of the accounts, I actually did the math the other day. I'm getting almost 250,000 views a month.
That's great.
So
What you want.
And it's all doing this type of stuff. Yeah. I rarely do it. I rarely do stuff for my own business.
Right.
Because my business only exists because other businesses exist, you know? If I'm being honest.
It's not I'm here, Tracey. It's just you.
Yeah, right. But the core is... But the thing is, as a service-based business, doing business-to-business stuff, I can only exist with other businesses existing. So for me, I'm why would I want to promote myself when I can just go around promoting other businesses?
Somebody else. Because that's what you do, and that's you. It's actually promoting you, but you don't really in the back end. It technically is,
Yeah, it's the behind-the-scenes promotion, and that's what I'm more comfortable with. I'm if I can, I'd rather get a client to want to do business with me because I've already provided so much value to them for free that they're oh, yeah. And doing something like this, I'm if they want to work with me afterwards, great. But if not, I'm I have a new business friend. And I'm I'm all right with that too, you know?
So what I like about doing this is there is, when you go out and about, oh, I know David. Oh, I know David. Do you know how many people my girlfriends came here and she goes, this is my friend, Tracey. She owns a winery. Yes, I have a friend that owns a winery. So it evidently gets them some kind of status. And I said, I dropped your name. I'm well, I hope it got you something.
Yeah,
did it get you somewhere? They're I don't think so. I'm okay, well, you tried.
No, I don't know if you've had this though, because I had this happen a few months ago from doing this. I had somebody come up to me and be I can't believe I'm finally getting the chance to meet you. And I'm what do you mean? What?
It's crazy.
I've been following you along for for months now. And I've been just waiting for our paths to cross. I'm
it's creepy, right?
But it was in a genuine way because she's a business owner and everything like that. And she's ended up becoming a good friend now. But I'm do people actually, I was I'm not that big. I'm just.
So we go, we do Festival of Trees, right? Okay. So, ARL. So we do a lot for ARL. So we donate everything. They come get it. And then they, they were invited because it's part of the thing. So I go there and I one of our staff with me. And I'm just walking around. The lady's all excited about this tree. She's telling me all about this tree. And I have nothing that says Ridgewood on it. Nothing, right? And I'm like, well, tell me about it. And then this, she was going on about this tree and how much she loved it. And I'm like cracking up. And I'm like, oh, really? And then it's like, this is Tracey. Like the lady had no idea. And she goes, oh my God, I'm finally meeting you. And I'm like, yeah. And I said, yeah, it's just me. Little me. She says, well, you didn't say who you were. Like, okay, it's just me.
Yeah.
And so, and she was so like, I am so honored to be able to do your tree. Like, I am like honored. Like, to do our, I just donated stuff. You put the tree, you put the hard work in. You made the tree. Like, I mean, I just gave you stuff. I said, well, I'm glad that you enjoyed making our tree. It looks beautiful. She said, I was worried that you didn't like it. First of all, it's a Christmas tree. Who doesn't like Christmas trees? And you could really,
Yeah. It's really hard to mess.
It's hard to mess up, yes. Yeah. And so this is can you get it? Otherwise it's gonna. Okay. There we go. There it goes. Now during the interview, I hope it doesn't fall down. The air just goes up. So anyways, this lady was just like crazy. And I'm sitting there afterwards, it's like, like our staff was like, oh, look at you. And I'm like, yeah, back up. You have no idea who you work for, do you? Right. Like, you have no idea.
You see, I think that's good when it's your employees that get to see that, because then they're like, oh, wow, like I'm actually working. I get. But then like, if it's just like me one-on-one, I'm like, please don't do that. Like, please, like seriously, stop. I mean, I'm even like that one in front of people. I don't.
It's just me. Like I said, at the train, the lady was like, oh my God, I didn't know you were the owner. I'm like, it's just me. Yeah. And I said, that's fine. And I said, she's like, I'm only 50% owner. So it's really not a lot because the other 50 is not here. Bring the excitement down. Exactly. 50%. I brought it down. Yeah. And she was like, 50 is pretty good. I'm like, I still need the other. I still need the other 50 to do it. Right. And that was
half a say.
I know. I'm only 50. The other 50. To both of us. Then then maybe you could do something. But it's just kind of funny. It's like I'm only 50%. I'm like,
that's funny. I love that.
Yeah. So you have to, but it is kind of cool. It's kind of cool, but then it's like, it's just me. Yeah. It's just me. I'm just little Tracey, little Ridgewood. And they're like, look where you are. I'm like, yeah, it's just me. Bill and I doing what we want to do. I shouldn't say that, doing what we want to do. That's why we hired, her name's Emmeline. And I said, that's why we hired her. So we can do what we want to do and what we're here for. We're working so much in the business that we're not working on the business. Because it's just, that's why the staff doesn't know. They know, but they don't. Yeah. Like, you'll be reporting to her, not us. Yeah. We have, the issue that we have is, and you'll realize this, that they have 24/7 access to us. That's a problem. Yeah. Because 24/7 is Bill will be at 6 o'clock, Paul's calling and something's being delivered and his assistant's trying, like, do you want this? Do you want this? And he's making all these stuff, like, okay. Or my phone starts going and then you're, okay, what event I need to do? Like, the POS system. And then I'm dealing with somebody in Bangladesh. Oh my God. I remember this lady. She doesn't know what she's talking about. That's what I said. Oh my God, it's the same lady. She's in Bangladesh. And the guy looks at me. So when you have a tech guy on site, he's calling customer service because he don't know. This is how bad it is, okay? And when I know more than him, I'm like, look. Yeah. I said, that's not right because we have 3 locations. Right. And what I'm trying to do is make sure all 3 locations have the same exact system. Right. Because we move staff depending on what's needed to all 3. So the system should be all working the same. Right. All of them.
Of course. It doesn't make sense.
So when you tell me that I can't do that, but I can at my other 2 locations. No. No, you can't do that. Maybe you don't know how to program it that way, but you can do it. So they would say, so that display, actually, it comes off the system. It's called the hub. the customer facing display, the CFD.
Okay.
CFD.
Yeah. Good acronym.
I know. Comes off the hub.
Okay.
So you can hand it to somebody who's in a wheelchair.
Okay.
Okay. And the guy tells me, he goes, so it doesn't work when you do it that way. It has to be on the hub. And I said, well, no, because then, so it has to be Wi-Fi connected, not just the hub.
Right.
The CFD also needs to be Wi-Fi connected. So when we hand it to the person in a wheelchair,
Right.
okay, they can use it.
Yeah. Right.
Otherwise, why would I hand it to them?
Yeah.
Then I would just take your card, right?
Right.
Like that's, but I'm in the back, like we're behind the bar,
Right.
not in front of the bar.
Right.
So no. So he was looking at me. He goes, well, I don't think it connects. It connects because it's just charging. And I said, no, it's charging. Okay, it's charging, but the Wi-Fi connects to the hub. And then I said, there's a couple things in the back end that you need to do. I don't know what that is. But
I just know it can be done.
I know it can be done because,
Yeah.
we have 3 locations.
Yeah.
So you were telling me that you can't do it. Same as the lady from Bangladesh told me that, do you know how when you go to a bar, you give them your, start a tab?
Yeah.
Here's my card. Okay. Well, you can't do that. So this system is made for bars and restaurants.
Okay.
Huh. And you're telling me that people can't hand their card to me and do a pre-authorization, and then at the end of the bill, okay, you're done, and then I can just charge it. You're telling me I can't do that. She goes, correct. I said, you're wrong. Because guess what? The other ones do.
Yeah.
So I don't know what your system says or what you're supposed to tell me, but that's wrong because the other ones do that. And I said, this is made for bars and restaurants.
Right.
What do you do at a bar? You hand the bartender your card.
Right.
There's a reason why you do that. So we do a pre-authorization to make sure your card's good. At the end of, hey, put that on my tab, and hey, another bottle, here's a bottle, whatever. And we do it. And at the end, they come up and they'll say, okay, you can just charge my card. I don't need the card again. I already had the card.
Right.
Because that's what you do at bars. Yeah. And now you're telling me I can't do it. It's not available. That option is not available on that system. I'm like, yeah, okay. No, because I have 3 of them. Yeah. There's my husband like, God. Because he's like, he does not, like, I ordered these systems. Yeah. I'm the one that did everything. We've had them now for 3 years. The staff loves them. I just want them all the same now. Right. That's all I'm trying to do. Yeah. All I'm trying to do, make them all the same. And she's like, I'm sorry, that option's not available. Well, I'm sorry, but you're wrong. Because do you see, I can see that I have 3 locations. Can you see that I have 3 locations? And she goes, oh, yes, I do see that. I said, yeah. So the other 2 locations, you're telling me that I can do it there, but it's not available at this system. That's wrong. So I'm like, you'll need to either find someone who can, like, do it. If you don't know, like, you'll need to get somebody that does know the answer.
I've just like noticed too.
But it's bars and restaurants. Like, why would oh, okay. So if it was just like, if it was for, an ice cream shop, right? Right. But it's not. It's for bars and restaurants. Hence the reason we bought this, because it was for bars and restaurants.
But I've noticed not even just like, but all across the board, customer service representatives since, I don't know if it's a COVID thing, but we're just going to blame COVID because why not?
Blame it. Why not?
Since then, I've really noticed
horrible
customer service across the board in like every place. It's just, I can't, what used to take like a 5-minute conversation and somebody like, okay, here, let me fix it. That's right. I'm on the phone for like 45, 50 minutes trying to get something solved. That was today. And they can't do it. And I'm like, but I know you can do it.
An extra hour because the lady said it's not available. No, it's not. No, it is.
Then you go up the chain.
And the guy is the tech standing there saying, I don't think it is. And I'm like, and so he's the one who called customer service. And then he's got the lady in Bangladesh. I know her. I talked to her last time, and she told me, like she's the one that like had the tech come out, and she kept telling me, So this is the other thing. So the old is a pin pad, right?
Yeah.
I said, so the reason that you were here, first of all, to install this, make sure it's working, right? And then you're taking the pin pad with you. And I want to make sure that you take the pin pad because they want you to send it back.
Right.
I want to make sure that you're taking it and then you're documenting that you took it so I don't get charged for the part, right? Because if we don't return it, it's $300. Okay. So while you're here, that's why I want you here, because I just did it at Birdsboro and I want you here today because I know that the guy had to, fix it. And he was very good. He knew it. And he's like, oh, that's wrong. And he did it without calling customer service. Today we had to call Bangladesh again.
Yeah.
So, and he's like, this is the tech guy. I don't think she knows what she's talking about. I know she doesn't. She's just going through the screen. And I said, and then she said she needs to talk about the return. She goes, we will send you the return label. I said, no, he's here. He's taking it with him.
Yeah.
Your tech guy is here and he's taking it. I couldn't do it that way. And I said, okay, look at Birdsboro. Please look at the case.
Yeah.
Okay. The case. And you can see that's what he did. He literally went on his laptop and pulled the return thing, said that he had it. And I got an email saying, thanks for your return. I said, that's perfect. That's all I want. Because I know that it's not lost in the mail, whatever. You're here. So you can take it with you. It's your equipment. Your equipment.
Yeah.
Right? So you take it, and then I just want to make sure that it's documented that you have it.
Right.
And she's like, I need the owner on the line. I am the owner. And she's like, no, you're not. You're not listed as the owner. And I'm like, who's listed as the owner? And she goes, William. And I'm like, oh, it's you, Bill. And he goes, I didn't fill any paperwork out that I am even here. So she needs everything from him. And so I'm like, well, I don't need to be here. So when I left, he was still on the system with her, trying to tell her that no, there's no return label needed. Your insane. Technical guy is taking it with him. So I said, well, I'm not needed here, so I got to go.
That's funny.
That's it. Bill, you now deal with it because I've been trying. And he's like,
this is your 50% now.
Well, that's it. Now you're 50 because, evidently you're the owner.
Yeah, right.
So maybe you're the owner here, but the other two I am.
Yeah.
So I didn't even ask her, I had to put in my code as, on the system and stuff. So she's talking to me, but now to return a part, it has to be Bill. I don't know. I should have asked, am I on this paperwork that I actually completed? And I'm the one that signed it? Because Bill's like, I didn't sign any documentation. His name's on it and stuff that he can call in and he's the owner, but am I even on this one? And I said, I should have asked it, but I didn't. I'm like, I got to go. Yeah. I was like, Bill, don't need me anyways. Yeah, and he's like, I don't deal with this system. You ordered it. I'm like, I know. But evidently, today it's you.
Tag him in. Easy.
The system is working. It's working correctly. Now he needs to take the part, but I want to make sure. And she kept saying, she goes, well, you'll go to the merchant return, customer return or something like that.
Yeah.
For your label. No, there's no label. There's no label.
Yeah.
Do not send us a box. Do not send us a label. Please do not. We won't. Do you want us to send? He's like Bill says. Maybe what we should do is when she sends us the label, because it's going to happen. She's sending us the label. Put it in the empty box and send it back. Because there you go. That's what you evidently wanted your box too. But
put the receipt in it too.
That's good. Oh yeah, here's your receipt that the guy returned it.
Yeah. You already sent it to me.
Thank you. It's like you're wasting some money here. Yeah. Just crazy stuff like that. Like those are things that the staff doesn't see.
Yeah.
I mean, they do see me getting frustrated when something doesn't work.
Right, but the behind the scenes stuff.
I know the behind the scenes stuff, and they're like, so they walk in, it's done.
Right.
Because they'll walk in on.
But that makes you a good owner, though.
That is just done. Like I said, they have their supplies that they need to do their job.
Yeah.
And then it's like, so Tracy's running around making sure that all locations have what they need and what events are happening this weekend.
Yeah.
That's what Tracey does. So anyways.
Well, I would love to dive into this story of Ridgewood because
Are we on?
We are. We're live.
Oh my God, stop.
Yeah, I told you
we're just talking.
We are just talking, but
Oh my God, here I was.
But you see,
talking.
here's the thing. Here's what's great.
Let's
this
crack
is what
it
I
up.
love because
it's
you didn't even know.
I was just talking to you.
And that's what I want. I want that same the whole time because that's what this is what I want. The conversations so people get to see the real you. And I feel like that helps people when they're looking at
Was I a different person before?
No.
Okay, good.
But some people, I've had this before. People are like, oh, there's a camera in front of me. Like, I don't know how. I'm like,
I was the kid. I was the kid in school.
Okay.
That when you had the oral reports.
Yeah, you were.
I was the first one.
Oh, love that.
I was always the first one.
I love
all
that.
through school. All through school's first one.
No,
yeah. Tracy, you ready? There you go.
I tried to be in the middle of the pack. I wanted somebody else to go first, and I never wanted to be last because like the first and the last ones are always ones that I remembered. I was like, I'll be in the middle, and I'll stand out that way. And like when I started doing the podcast, I brought the idea up. So I'm a member of the Our Town Foundation in Hamburg.
Okay.
So I brought up to our director at a business meeting because we had a ribbon cutting coming up that weekend. Okay. I said, hey, this would be a great idea for you to do. And right? I was like, I have all the equipment.
Yes.
I was like, I'll be behind the camera. I'll give you the microphones. Yeah. You interview the business before the ribbon cutting.
Okay.
And I'll just stay behind the camera and I'll record everything. Yeah. She couldn't make it the day that I had it scheduled. So I had it set.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I showed up and
she
I
was dealing with POS system probably.
Yeah, probably, most likely. And I was like, well, I already had this scheduled with the business owner. So I'm going to have to do it. Yeah. So I did it. And then after that, that's when this kind of like started because I was like, well, I guess I don't have to just wait for ribbon cuttings in Hamburg and I don't have to just do Hamburg businesses and I can just do other businesses and we'll go from there. So that's what that started from.
So how many of these have you done?
So I've been at this point, I think we're at 22 or 23.
Okay.
Pretty consistent since middle of May.
Okay.
So you're actually probably going to be the first episode to start season 3.
We're doing seasons. Oh.
Yeah. Okay. I try to break it up. Okay. I wanted to do 10 episodes for a season, but it ended up being 11 for the first season. So.
Okay.
But.
Well, cool.
Yeah.
So what questions do you have here about Ridgewood? Little old Ridgewood. And I always say that, little old Ridgewood.
Little old Ridgewood.
Because we all started really small.
So I wanted to do this with you because I was a fly on the wall overhearing your conversation with Liz at the networking event. Yeah. Hearing you explain your story. And I just kept hearing you talk about it. And I was like, man, this would make for a great podcast. So I would love.
I impressed you. Look at that.
You did. I was just
talking to Liz. What's that?
Right. But I tend to be very observant. So like, I could hear every conversation that's going on. And then I'm like,
there was a lot.
There was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, hold on.
I was hearing yours and I was like, I think I interrupted a few times. I was like,
so cool.
This is a great story.
Yeah, I know.
This is great. So let's talk about Ridgewood. I know parts of the story already, but I think to be able to share it. So why don't we start with wine? How did we get to, what's the history behind opening up the winery?
So it started with my grandfather.
Okay.
So my sister and I used to go to grandma's house, and it was in Ephrata, Pennsylvania.
Good old
Ephrata, little Lancaster County, and on Duke Street. And so we would go there and pick the wild whatever down the railroad tracks. And if everybody remembers the railroad tracks in Ephrata, okay, it was a booming time at that time. That was pretty much your travel. And so we would go down and whatever. Was raspberries, grapes, whatever wild stuff that was in harvest, whatever. My sister and I would go and they'd pick the raspberries or whatever, and then we would take it into the mud room. And I remember half of it, Grandma, my sister and I would make jelly, and the other half went in the basement. And I always thought that Grandma and Grandpa were making jelly later.
Sort of.
I was a little kid. I didn't know.
I mean, that's one. I mean, a very liquidy form of jelly, jam. But
so, and then I told you. I said, my grandfather would say, I was like, watch for the hobos. And I'm like, hobos? And I was a kid. I was looking for the hobos in the raspberry plants and then the grapevines. And I'm sitting there like, I don't know what a hobo is. But my sister's like, you're such an idiot. And I'm like, she didn't look at the hobos. I didn't know what a hobo was. So I was a little kid. So, I mean, people remember that in Ephrata, like, the hobos coming in on the train.
Yeah.
So we would actually, we would literally, we'd make all this jelly, and then Grandpa would make wine in the basement. And so when my husband and I got together, he's like, let's go see Grandpa. Yeah. So Grandpa would give you a jug of wine. When you go see Grandpa, you get a jug. It's in a green jug. It's a gallon jug. You don't know what's in it. You never know what you're going to get. And so he would get it, and he goes, my husband would taste it, and he'd be analyzing it because that's what he does. Okay. And then he would come back and say, come back for another one. And my grandpa, like I said, you never knew what you're getting. So the next one he would go, and my husband said to my grandfather, he goes, I would like the recipes. And my grandpa said, no, I'm taking him to my grave. And he did. Wow. And so my husband said, I want to replicate Grandpa's wine. And so he tried to replicate it. But if you know what a homemade wine is floaties and everything else in it. Yeah. Sometimes strong, sometimes not. Flavoring wasn't anything. Like, the flavor of it was like, oof. Yeah, sometimes, but.
Right. And then trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So the first batch that he ever made was blackberry. One of our friends gave us blackberries, and Bill's like, because I was thinking, I'll make some jelly. And Bill's like, no, make it wine. So he was
making jelly for later.
Same thing. Yeah. Jelly for later. So he made the wine, and it became, the wine actually won in this amateur competition for the state.
Wow.
The gold award winner, the grand champion. So
this was the first one he ever made.
First one he ever made. Wow. So he won 2009, first, second, third grand champion, first time out. And so the next year, our son said, Dad, what if you do it again? And my husband said, get your head out of your ass. Everybody else's was that bad. So we go there, and so if you know anything about amateur winemaking or amateur competitions, there's hundreds and hundreds of bottles. They have a number on it, and the competition is done by a point system. Okay. And so it's 0 to 25 or 1 to 25. And there's no number, there's just a number. There's no markings of what it is. Right. And so the second year, all the judges came in. There's 5 judges come in, and there's hundreds and hundreds of bottles. And they usually come in and they leave. This time they came in and they stood to the side of the tent. And everybody's looking at them because they really don't want to know who won. Right. And they're like, go ahead. So the lady came. They announced Bill is the first winner of whatever. And over the loudspeaker, she says, just stand there.
Wow.
He wanted to go under the table.
Yeah.
And so anyways, he won again, first, second, third, and grand champion amateur. And so that was in 2000.
What was the wine he made for the second time?
I'm not even sure. I think it was a dry.
Okay.
But it wasn't, I knew it wasn't the blackberry because he was like, well, I won on that one.
Yeah, right.
I'm not going to want to get. So the judges came over, all 5 of them came over, and they handed him their scorecards and stuff, and some with their phone number on it and the recipe. They said, you have 2 choices. You either go commercial or sell us the recipes. Because you aren't amateur. Because we don't want to see you again. Wow. And I said, how much is a recipe?
Yeah, right.
Like, how much is a recipe? And Bill says, well, I'm not selling them. I'm like, what are we going to do with them? And he goes, I think we're going to start a winery. And I'm like, what do we know about owning a winery? He goes, nothing. Let's figure it out.
Yeah.
And so
okay.
We started looking for a place, and I told him that, okay, something 15, 20 minutes from our house.
Right.
Okay. Because I didn't want to be not in my house. That was right. One rule, not in my house. Second, 15, 20 minutes from our house. And we live in Morgantown. And the other one was something with character.
Okay.
And so Bill found 4 places, and I found 1. Guess which one we're in?
That's where your 50% came in. Yeah. Okay.
That's my 50%. And so anyway, so here we are, Ridgewood. This house was.
So this is the original.
Mm-hmm,
Okay.
This is the original. So when we came here, it was abandoned property when we bought it. It was ready to be raised, done, because it was getting beyond repair. It is on the National Historic Registry. So everything here is original from.
Wow.
Yeah. So the tasting room is from 1725.
Okay.
This part is the add-on, is 1811.
Okay.
So
What was the building before?
it was a residence.
Residency?
Personal residence,
Okay.
yeah. So, we came in, so, it really needed cleaned up. And so we cleaned it up, not did nothing to it. So everything's original, floors are original, all the woodwork's original. So the guy who did the woodwork actually did it all by hand.
Wow.
We are, so he did 4 houses in his lifetime, and we're the only house still standing.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you look at this, how much time it would have taken him. They know it's him by the piano keys. That was his signature. So they always did some kind of signature, and that was him. So the historians know that that's him.
Wow.
So he did pieces, but he only did 4 houses in his lifetime. So it's kind of cool. So I do share a lot of that, and you can tell a lot of historic stuff here. So we can see the windowsills have very deep, and they also are carved in. So if you, status was very important in 1800. And so if you could afford the sides being done, you were middle class. But if you see ours are carved in the top. So that's status. That tells you where you are. So there's nowhere else locally that has that.
Wow.
So we were up there.
Yeah, right.
So
that's great.
Yeah, he entertained the authorities, and so he ran the Underground Railroad. So, and WACP's been here a couple times telling us about, the Underground Railroad and how many people would have came past Ridgewood, through Ridgewood at the one time. So the name Ridgewood is not our last name, as some people think.
Yeah.
Mr. and Mrs. Ridgewood. So we aren't. It is from the Underground Railroad. We are the farmstead next to the ridge with woods on it. That's where the name came from.
Okay.
So, because most of them could not read and write, but they knew where the farmstead next to the ridge with woods on it. So, we are Ridgewood Farmstead. So. And
when you learned that, was that something that you wanted to keep the historical value with it to add it to your name, or?
It is part of. We're on the National Historic Registry. So in 1992, they actually put it on the registry.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be raised. And they couldn't raise it. If anybody knows anything about property that is on the National Historic on the registry, they can't take it down unless it goes beyond repair. And so ours was
beyond repair.
It was getting there. So, but I seen it had a little more life into it, and we did. So we did what we could, working with historians and seeing what we can and cannot do. And they can't make us do certain things, but there's certain things that I don't want to do.
Right.
Yeah, that I think we got to keep it the way it is. Right. So we can paint it any color we want. Why would I do that? But I don't think purple with pink polka dots would be good.
Probably not. I mean,
maybe not.
Yeah.
It was kind of an honor. A couple years ago, we do a lot of things with the residence homes, like the Keystone. We do a lot of. They come here to get everybody out of the house, like get out of the home. It's private residence, but they come and they do certain events, come off site. And one of the residents came, their bus shows up, and I go out and they're like, Tracey, there's a lady here that says this was her grandfather's house. I'm like, well, she goes, yeah, I'm not sure. We're not sure, because she had dementia. So we're like, they were like, we don't know what she's saying, but she's adamant that this was her grandfather's house. So I go out and I said, what's her name? And she said, Carol. And I said, it is her grandfather's house. Oh, wow. And she's like, what? And I said, yes. So if you know anything about dementia, long-term stays.
Yep.
So I'm like, they called her daughter and her grandson and said, come, this is her grand. She said she always said it was.
Wow.
And so we brought her in, and she told us that we kept the color. So it was kind of nice that she said
meant a lot.
It meant a lot to her that we didn't demolish it. And she remembers running around here. She said when she was like 6 or 7 that she remembers running around up the steps and things like that.
Oh my goodness.
And so she remembers that. So the guy who built this, Jacob, actually was her grandfather. So it was very nice. She passed 4 months after she was here, but it was glad that her kids were like, oh my God, like she got to see the house, her grandpa's house. She goes, we drove by her all the time, and she would say this, and we're like, oh, okay. And
yeah, right.
Things would come up, and then when she got here, she was like, this was my grandmother's house. So she told us, it's very nice that we knew that it's the right color. We kept the color, and the historians are like, this is what would have been here, to be confirmed that it was the color that's here. All the colors of the room is the green. It's the normal.
Yeah,
that's
green.
great. So it's kind of cool.
That is cool.
To give her, to know. And also that she still remembered a lot of the house. Because I know. Like I said, so when you have dementia, it's the short term you lost.
Right.
But to come into here knowing the front of the house, this was my grandfather's house, and she was so adamant about it. And they're like, I'm not sure what she's saying. We're not sure if it's true or not. And then it was like confirming with the family, and that so. And she was just walking over here and like coming over here and just touching the stuff, like yes, like all this memory was coming back. So
oh my goodness.
I'm gonna cry. It was a nice thing to be able to keep it the way that it was in 1800.
Yeah.
So that's this property.
Yeah.
So there's a lot here.
That's great.
Yeah. So
when did you guys take over here and open?
Yeah, 2013.
2013. Okay.
Yeah, because it took to find it, to what do we need to do, and to make it compliant and stuff like that. So a lot of people tell us we are not handicap accessible. The house is on the National Historic Registry. We can't just change things, and people get upset that it isn't handicap accessible. But there's certain things we can't do is make it that ADA because we're not required to do. We can't.
Right.
Is what they're very adamant saying that we can't. So we do notice that like people come in and it's like, you need a hand railing. Well, we're not allowed to have one. It's just things about coming here, like,
right.
Sorry, we'll help you come up the steps, or if you want to come and drive the car over to the side and come off. So
That's good that you make accommodations when you can.
We try. But then it's like we can't do certain things.
Right.
Like, well, you're open to the public. Well, yes, but
yeah, right.
I don't make the rules, David. I don't make the rules.
You just follow them.
I just follow them. Gotta follow.
Right.
There's people higher than me. I know.
Yeah.
that make the rules. So.
Yeah. So what were you guys doing, you and your husband, before doing the wine stuff?
Bill worked at Good Food. He was in manufacturing, and I worked at Vanguard in Malvern. So
that's a little bit of I guess from Morgantown, it's not terrible.
No, it's not. It was an hour, but it was an hour of my time. I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved my job. I loved the people I worked for.
Yeah, that's great.
And then, but after we opened this, 3 months after we opened this, Bill had to quit his job because we didn't have enough wine. I think we had 6 kinds of wine.
Okay.
Like when it was like 6, and it was like that was it.
Compared to how many do you have now?
He makes 30 something. So can he get
5 times it? Yeah.
I know. Well, it's demand. So
of course.
So and so it was 10 months after that I had to quit mine. So it was.
So that's pretty quick of a turnaround to be able to.
Yes, because there was so many things, like people like to come here and rent the facility for bridal showers, baby showers, all kind of anniversary stuff. We do weddings and things like this. So I do all the events and have people. I like people to come to see this building and what we have to offer, and so we have a lot of that going on, and then trying to keep it up, and then social media, which was brand new, I just remember my husband's like we're doing this Facebook thing, and he was so funny because he's like, "Oh my God, Tracey, we have 50 people that like us."
Assuming
people.
but if that was like 2010,
a lot. Yeah,
that was a lot.
It was a lot of people, like 50 people, Tracey. I'm like, oh wow, you know. So yeah, when you start it there, you think that's a lot, and then you know.
Nowadays, when you compare, you're like, if you don't have at least 50,000,
exactly.
People are like,
exactly. So it was kind of nice that they're like so many people like where you came from. And it's like we're still us. You're still us. It's just us.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, being digital marketing, I did check out your social media, and you guys do have a good following now. Still. Really?
Could be better. Yeah.
I mean, of course.
You always going to be improvement.
There's always improvement, right?
So it's very hard in this age to try to keep up with everything.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Oh, of course.
And mostly because you're trying to, as I said today, what was I running around making sure the staff had everything they needed for this weekend.
Right.
And so it's wine trail weekend. So, making sure they had all their stuff and making sure every location is like fully stocked for the weekend. So that's what we do, making sure everything's working so they're ready to walk in and it should go flawlessly.
Yeah. And
so that's what I do.
I mean, you were even just explaining too. I mean, on top of this location, you have 3 others or 2 others?
2 others.
2 other locations. So 3 total locations.
Yes.
Plus you have on the side of just doing, having the wine, which is the physical product, and having these open from assuming regular things. You also do the events.
I do all the events, correct.
And a story that I do want you to share at some point, we'll get to it, is why there's the cafe here as well, which I love that story.
Okay. Are you enjoying, what do you have, pumpkin latte?
I do have the pumpkin latte.
Honey lavender.
Yeah.
As we're sitting here drinking.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, come check out, not just wine, they've got coffee too.
Yeah, they do the coffee, yes.
So you have to wear a lot of hats. So like, of course, not being able to focus on the social media and doing that stuff, like, of course that's going to be on the back burner for most businesses, which is why, I'm learning this for myself because, you'd expect me being a service business that I'd be like doing business with all these service-based businesses, but I'm still like the same business owner mentality where I'm like, I'm okay. I can wear all of these hats and go from there. And I'm like, I'm at the point now where like everything on the back end, it's like a brush fire. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. I can't just keep running away from it because the fire just keeps following me. You know?
It does.
And
I was putting out fires this morning. You heard me. You heard me talk about that. Yeah.
Right. And
like putting out fires. Sorry, Dave, I got to be an hour late. But
it happens,
And you're like I know, it's like, that's what I'm dealing with. Yeah.
But it's like when you can understand that, like, when I get to do what I love doing and what grows the business and what is, and I let somebody else take care of the stuff that they probably enjoy it.
Yes.
And I can find that and then I'm like, it's a win-win-win situation. I'm like, well, I need to start doing that. Why? Because, it's your baby. You know, you hold on to it. So
what did I tell you earlier? Remember? It's very hard. So no one else will protect you, your image, and your company other than you.
Right.
Okay, because it's yours, it's your baby, and it's very hard to hand it off to somebody else or to say, "This is what I want you to do," and they're not going to do it the same way you do it. Okay, and that's very hard because we have great staff.
Yeah.
And when I'm telling you, like, we have great staff. Okay.
I only had the chance to meet Linda, and she's phenomenal. So I will attest and agree. Shout out to Linda. She was amazing.
So I'm just saying, we have, our staff, just no turnover. It's like,
that's amazing.
Because, we do let them pretty much, make decisions and things like that on specific stuff. They're able to make those decisions. I don't need to make those decisions. They're here. Yeah. Okay. What makes sense and what makes sense for us? What would Tracey or Bill do? Right. It's like, or they're like, I don't think that seems right. Or like, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
And we do let them do that. Or, hey, this person called, they want to do this event together. And they'll say, I think it's a good event, or they don't think it's a good event. And I'm like, okay. So they always have their input on what we're doing because yes, it's, it's still our image
Right.
that you always want to protect. And I did share that earlier about my little protect your image.
Yeah.
So we have, so after we started this location, 5 years after that, we were looking for another location because we were running out of space for making wine.
Okay.
So we found the place in Bechtelsville. So we have a 26-acre farmette. It's a farm.
Yeah.
In Bechtelsville. And we're going through renovations, finishing up renovations. So there's a huge parking lot, Bill's production area, bottling line, and a finished product line. It is open. We've done many events in the last 6 years that we've been there. And then, so that one's great for, I guess right now we're ready to start really doing a lot of weddings. We've done weddings that is like this is a weekend now with a big, huge parking lot. I hold a lot of things happening there. And then last year we were asked to work with Culverdale train station and have a location there. So
wow.
We actually are at there's an old baggage car that they took and put a bar in it, and we're one half and the ice cream shop's on the other. So yeah, we're doing all between 3, and now it's the train's busy season.
Okay.
And it's busy.
Oh, I believe it.
So yeah, and on a Saturday in Boyertown on the train, there is 1,500 people riding that train.
Wow.
It's a nice little
good little spot.
It's a good spot, and it's busy, which you're supporting all that, and because Santa's coming. We gotta get ready for Santa.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely.
So yeah, we do a lot of events. Everything's on our website. I like doing offsites. I like to do a lot of offsites because I like people. Yeah. I like people. So that's why I'm a people
like
person.
going out and doing events and things like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we
Do you have any coming up?
Yeah, this weekend we're at Stoutsfest in Adamstown.
Okay.
So they're in the little village. So we're doing that, and then we have Taste of Philly coming up. We have Daniel Boone coming up.
I forgot. Oh my gosh.
Taste of Philly.
I used to sell Cutco knives. If you know.
You did?
I did. Yeah, that was my start into business and everything.
Did you?
And that event, when they came, because I remember I was doing the Taste of Lancaster, which was a newer one.
Right.
So I did that one, and I was at the Taste of Philly once. I forgot about those festivals. Those are fun. Those are fun to do.
Those are fun. And you meet a whole mess of people.
So much.
It is, and I always tell people, it might not be like, we might not sell a lot. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's about the connections.
Absolutely.
It's about the other vendors. So so Linda and I go to that, just let you know. And we go with Stonekeep Meadery. And so we go there, and the reason is because we cover each other's, if you need to go to the restroom or you need to go get something to eat, go. Yeah. Or go around and start and do your thing. So we actually work together with other wineries, same as the Berks County Wine Trail. There's 11 wineries that we, support each other and do things together. Like I said, Wine Trail this weekend, it is Pouring for a Purpose. We are working with Helping Harvest, and some of the proceeds from the tickets go to Helping Harvest, and we're collecting food, and so there's coordinating of that.
Right.
So
I love that you said that you work with the other wineries, because I think for some people when they're getting started in business, and I know I fell into that in some cases too, it's like you would see people in the same niche as you, and you'd be like, ooh, competition. But the more you get into business, you start realizing that my biggest allies are other people that do the same exact thing that I'm doing, and we help. Instead of being competition, we just help each other.
The reason we are part of the trail is a huge thing. Is we could actually, and we've talked about this, getting the same juice from the same supplier, and everybody will make it differently. So it doesn't matter. One will make it sweet, one will make it dry, one will make it a semi-dry, but it's your clientele.
Absolutely.
So that's huge, that if you don't work. And so when somebody says, oh, where are you going? Where are you going on the trail or whatever? And it's like, well, you need to stop here too. It's like, well, I was like, no, stop at that winery. If you like, there's somebody will say, they like sweets or like dries. Well, here's where you need to go. And so our staff will tell you which one you need to go to. Try this one. And they'll tell you what kind of wine you need to try. I was like, you need to try this because they liked it. So,
Right.
yeah, it's like we all don't, we all are different.
Yeah.
And we all support each other.
That's great.
Yeah, working together, and you learn a lot. We actually do. I love to see when we do like a vintners round table. So the vintners on the trail will get together, bring something that you're working on that you can't, that's a mess, like you can't finish or whatever, and then bring something that you like. And so they come to the table. All of them come to the table, and they all taste it, and it's like, oh, what about this? Did you try this? And so, why don't you mix it with this? And so their minds are all helping each other. And what you can, I know. It's like kind of cool that that we do this and they all are helping each other.
Right.
So you're not here by yourself. My husband, Bill, makes the wine here. And, like his taste for something is different than somebody else's vintner's taste. And then, but he can pull something else that you might not be able to pull out. Oh, I taste this. Why don't you put more of this in?
Interesting.
Try some more. And I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. Oh my God. I never thought about doing that. Or, they're helping him. And so when you talk about, working together, we do work really good together,
That's
as a team, even though and then we talk, like I said, we do these events together. We have, this weekend is Pouring with a Purpose used to be the wine and cheese. And then Christmas time, we do cookies and wine. So, so we do these events all year and, together, and we promote it together, and, so that's you, isn't it?
No, both my phones are there.
Oh, okay.
Is that you?
Yeah, it's me. So.
Yeah, that's incredible. Like when I was doing the business and I started it, I made the tagline for my business, our community thrives when local business succeeds.
Exactly.
And it's so cool. The deeper I get into business and the more business owners that I meet, especially through this, like there are so many businesses that have the same mentality as that. And it's like, it amazes me because when you have that, and I learned this when I was doing the Cutco, when I was doing the Cutco. It's having an abundance mindset versus a limited mindset.
Okay.
And the abundance mindset is that there's like 10,000 Cutco representatives out there, and it's like, just because you're working alongside of somebody at an event, like when we would do events and fairs and stuff, it was, if the other person aside of you is succeeding, that doesn't mean that you're not. You know, like if they're closing more deals than you, that doesn't mean you got to have the mindset of there's plenty for everybody. So they might just be doing better than you today, and that's okay. And that mindset was always something that like was pretty instilled in me. And to see that outside from that in every other business, and the different, it's not just like one area. I mean, it's all the businesses around. Like I've done these with barbershops, and I do a lot of these in Hamburg, and there's 3 barbershops in Hamburg. And not a single one of them is like, oh yeah, well you shouldn't go to that guy. The one guy, I loved it. He has the confidence. He's like, oh yeah, I'm the best. But he's like, but that doesn't mean that you can't go to anybody else. You know? And
That's true.
Like, but he's like not in like a. He's like, not that they're not good, or they're not great at what they do. But he's like, I have to walk around with the confidence of like, whenever somebody comes in here, that I'm the best guy for the job to cut hair because I love what I do, and nobody else is going to match my passion. He's like, that's how I have to operate. Exactly. And I was like, oh, that's good. You know? And he's like, yeah, but he's like, seriously, he's like, go try all of them out.
Try them out, you tell me.
Yeah, you come back and you tell me. He's like, or you know what, the other barbershops, if you're listening, we'll set up a competition.
Yes,
you know?
Exactly.
And go from there. I'm like, that's...
So when we go off site, like I say, we go, and if another winery is going, can I be next to them? Can I be under the same tent? Yeah, and we do. Depends on the location. Like if it's hard to get into an event that I want to go to, I'll share. So we'll have the same, we could be in the same exact space. We can be in the same table. That's your side, this is my side. And we're serving wine, you know. So like, you know, I'll promote, oh, you like sweets? Well, then you want this one too. You know, and then they're like, oh, okay. Well, if you want dry, there, try that one.
You know, so, like, if I was going to a show and I saw that there's a split tent with 2 wineries, I would probably go there. Because I'd be like,
you get 2 at the one spot.
that, and also because I'm like, well, what's going on here? You know.
Yeah. Well, when I go with I'm going to say this because we go with Stone Keep, we both have burgundy shirts, so I have to wear the tan one. Okay. Because people are totally confused that we're both wearing the burgundy shirt, so they think we're the same winery. And so I'm like, okay, so I know that, like, yeah, we have to wear the other shirt. Right. Because the confusion of, and they're handing me money for her. And for Sherry. And I'm like, Sherry, yeah, here, I'm just selling it for you. And they're like, okay. Because they don't care. They just want the wine. And she's doing the same because she's like, you know, if you like watermelon, try the Summer Blush. And then they're like, oh yeah, I like that. Or the Underground. Or she's like, yeah, so we stuff they don't make. Right. They don't make it. So it's like, you know, there is no competition here. Yeah. So even if we make the same thing, then I'm not bringing it. You know, guys like, oh no, if they want Concord, you can go there, or they want whatever, they'll go with us. So we kind of work together on that. Or are you bringing the table? You're bringing the tent? I'll bring the table. I'll get the tablecloths, and then I only bring half. Because I don't have to set up.
Ton of sense.
Yes, it does. So when people are confused by both of us, and we both of our signs in the tent or whatever, and it's working together. You know, it's cheaper if I go with her than taking a staff member. Right. Of course. Right. So, so she always says that, and we have a great time. So, and we've done a lot of things like that with other wineries. But,
that's amazing.
Yeah. So, kind of like that.
Yeah.
The competition isn't, I think people are confused. They don't want, it's like, oh, where are you going next? They don't want to tell me. Like, why? Like, where are you going? Like, you know, and they're like, looking if we're going to another winery. Okay. Would you think I was the only one? I was like, there's, I know, how dare you? How dare you? I know, how dare you? Yeah. So you asked about the coffee shop.
Yeah, I think there's a really cool way that we can preface this. So,
go ahead.
No, of course
I forget what I said.
Oh no, that's okay.
You remember. I know, you'll remember.
Oh yeah. So, the fun way that I'm going to preface this, because I already know the answer, but working in a winery, that means that you must absolutely love wine and drink all the different kinds of it, right?
That would be a no.
No, what? Come on, Tracey, tell me.
So, I usually don't share this, but I will share it with you.
Okay.
So, I don't drink anything alcohol. I drink no alcoholic beverage.
Can I ask why? You can say no.
So, it's a family. It's a personal thing. There's a reason that I don't, because everybody has a sibling, and I have a sibling. So that's the reason I don't. Yeah. So when you see that I have the gene that could go, you know, get the wrong way, there's a lot of that. So I'm like, I've decided when I was a kid, even though I was picking grapes, because you know,
well, you thought you were making jelly.
I thought I was making jelly. I really did. So. Anyway, so it's a preference that, you know what, I know I could go and get in trouble here, you know, so I'm not going to do it. And then... That's
very commendable, by the way.
Well, thank you. Well, because, you know, it's there. Every family has something, you know, you're like, oh yeah, I better not do that, you know. And
that was my dad for me.
Exactly. And, so you always you have, like, well, I better, you know, can't, you know, same as anything else. You got to watch to make sure that you're being the responsible person, knowing that, you know what, I don't think I need it. So when, Bill always said he married a designated driver. I was like, so he has the best of both worlds. Yes, he's the best of both worlds. I have a designated driver. I don't even have to worry about who's driving me home. Right. I'm like, so anyways, so I love coffee. So any coffee shop, wherever we are, I will like, okay, let's go see what this has, what they have. And so when I said, I'm like, I want to do a coffee shop. And Bill's like, why do you want to do a coffee shop? So I'm like, I think I want to do a coffee shop. Because, you know, you do wine. Right. And I think we have a nice place to do one. So it's big. So I was going to do it in the house. And he says, Tracey, you can't do it in the house, because if you do it in the house and you're brewing coffee in the house, it'll take the smells away from the wine, because your nose is very important to smelling wine and tasting wine. And I'm like, ooh, now what? So we have a summer kitchen right outside of the building that I renovated, and there's a coffee shop in there. Amazing. So in June, we opened up the coffee shop, and then life happened that I had to like stop and say, you know what, we need to reconvene to figure out what we want. My mom passed, and it kind of hits you to say, what do you really want to do here? Because I was doing everything for everybody else. Everybody else. Okay? And when you're running around doing something for everybody else, okay, and making sure, as you was like, this morning, what am I doing? I'm just making sure everything else is for the weekend. And then I was taking care of this and taking care of that. And I was taking care of everybody but Tracey. Yeah. And what does Tracey and Bill want to do? Okay. So, well, you know what? Tracey loves doing things out and about. So I think Tracey needs to like back up and refigure what we're doing. With any business, you need to figure out, are you happy of doing what you do? I love out and about and being with customers. You'll see me, Bill, around talking to customers. I love that. I love people. You probably realize that. A little bit. Yeah. I love people. I love talking to people. You'll see me sitting on the front porch, or sitting at one of the tables with the customers and just talking to them, and you don't get that everywhere. Just listening to people, and the next time they come in, oh my God, oh, your son got married, where are they living now? Or like things like that, like their life connection. Experiences, and there's connection. I'm like, God, she remembered. Like, I did remember, because we had a conversation. Like, we had, or people will come up, do you remember me? And I'm like, oh, here we go. You same thing, you met a lot of people, and you're like, your face looks familiar. And then they'll give me a scenario of, do you remember when? And I'm like, oh my God, I do remember. And then I'll say something that I'd like, oh, she does remember, kind of thing. So I'm pretty good with that. But that's what I mean, so we like to go off site, and I like to see just so many people. And then people will give me I was at this location, and I was at this event with you, and I was, and I love hearing that. Yeah. I love hearing that. That's so great. So I think I'm gonna do more of that. I want to look, we're going to, reimagine everything for the coffee shop to, the events that we do, and making sure that we are doing more weddings, because I love when we have weddings here, and people are like, it is such a celebration that, I love being a part of that. Of somebody's life experience, like, oh my God. It's a lot stressful sometimes, but. True. I think I want to, I really focus in on, mostly since we just renovated Bechtelsville location, and we have the ability to do that. So I don't want to actually, I just like, hey, this is their event. This is important to them, to make sure it goes right. Right. So that's it. We did one here. And so it was one of those like, oh my God, they were so excited about having it here at this historic location. Right. And they're like, they're like, this building we go past all the time. It's kind of like, it's like, thank you for saving it. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. So.
After the podcast, I might have 2 connections for you that are in the wedding industry.
Oh, okay.
That if you want to.
Love that.
Because they don't have a location. They always go to other locations. So. Yeah. Just to add you into that. Yeah,
exactly. So, looking for to work in those connections. We have a place, we have venues. We have a lot of things that we can do. Yeah. Like I said, we are working with. We do a lot of events. So we do charcuterie classes. We do painting classes. We used to do yoga. So we do a lot for Animal Rescue League, which is right down the street. Okay. Yeah. So we do a lot of events with them. People love when we do bingo here. We do animal rescue. We do music bingo. Party Masters does that.
And now you just started hosting networking events too?
I would just say, little things. I love doing those kind of things. But the networking one is one that I wouldn't have met you, right? And Liz reached out to me, and I'm like, yeah, sure, let's do it. And everybody here that night, did you know it? I didn't know anybody.
Some of them,
which was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like, it was kind of cool.
So I think there's only there's only the one person I didn't know, because most of them have come to
They come to the other ones,
the other ones, so I knew of most
Yeah.
of them at least,
Yeah.
which was great. But
Yeah. And we're a lot of groups, a lot of women's groups, and a lot of, so that kind of like keeps you, like you're invited to a lot of stuff, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of stuff going on with 3 places and a coffee shop. So
Right.
I'm looking for, like I went to the coffee shop to do the same kind of thing, to go off-site, same as the
so
wine to go off-site. So I'm like, you know, girls, we need to go off-site. And they're like, okay.
it's good that they're not fighting that part.
Well, they're not fighting it.
Because offsite is, I mean, I think it's more fun.
It is, because, you know, it's all, every time you do it, it's different.
Right.
The customers are different.
Right.
You know, and you get to promote you.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing.
And
like,
most of the time people are coming to you
exactly.
and are getting to learn about you for the first time.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. And so we have an opportunity, which a lot of wineries don't. We can bring coffee and wine.
We'll cross promote. Yeah.
Exactly.
Love that.
So we can do both.
You have something for everybody.
I do. So it doesn't matter. The kids like coming up because the kids can get their coffee while their parents are getting their wine.
Yeah.
And so we have stuff for both of them. So we try to, you know, and it's kind of cool when the kids are coming up and saying, oh my God, it's coffee, and they want just an iced coffee or something like that, or lemonade, strawberry lemonade, or
Oh yeah, those are popular.
those
now.
are popular for the kids, yeah. Or they want their fancy drink. It was funny because I'm like, you know, oh, okay, today we have this. So it's like,
Right.
because I was talking to one lady, she ordered a fancy drink, and a kid did, and it was a really fancy drink, and I'm like, I'm sure we have that, but not today. And the reason I said that, because I'm like,
that was what from the networking event too. When I was
Yes.
like, "Oh, do you have the cafe open?" You were like, "I have this today. These things, absolutely." Yeah.
do you want a drip coffee? I got that. No, I'm kidding. So learning the drinks for being the barista and stuff like that. So that's interesting, because it's like, you know, I'm learning.
Right.
I'm learning. And they're like, so I walk over and they're like, can you teach me how to do this? And they're looking at me like, yeah. I'm like, okay. And show me how to do it. So, and then I'll do it. And so they're like, oh, there, you can do it. It's like, yeah, but I got to remember it. It's like, when a customer orders it.
Just because you're the owner doesn't mean you know everything.
Well, the one lady said that. She said, are you the owner? I'm like, yeah. And she goes, yeah, I could tell. What does that mean? I was like, what does that mean? And she just, we could tell. Let me go get the kids.
Yeah, right.
Let me go get the girls. Just a minute. So, yeah. So we're having fun with that. And I said, you know, with everything, when things happen personally, you're like, okay, I got to stop. And you really start thinking, you know, that, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
And I think you all need to sit back and look.
Absolutely.
Why are we doing this? Is this something I love to do? Yes. Okay. And then it's like, what am I doing? Like, why am I doing for everybody else, but not for me? You know, we didn't get into this for everybody else. You know, we did it for us.
So now that you're bringing up that topic, I do have to ask. So Tracey,
Go ahead.
why are we doing this? Why are you doing this?
Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I love talking to people. I love people. I love going out and talking to different people and hearing about them. You know what I mean? I really do. A lot of customers come to us and say, do you know, like, people get engaged here.
Yeah.
Like, at our place? Like, what?
Right.
What just happened? Oh my God. Or somebody will come in, so that this happened a couple years ago. The guy came in and he said, here is the engagement ring for my girlfriend. And he goes, I want to ask her to marry me. And I was like, oh my God. And he goes, can you put it in the bottom of the slushy machine, of the slushy container? Yeah. We're like, okay.
Yeah.
It's going to get kind of slushy. But, but okay. Well, he was waiting for his friends to come and video it. But they were late. And so we were like, okay, do you want us to video this? And that'd be kind of odd that us walking out there with a video, right? So we got customers that were sitting at the fire pits and to video it, because it was like, and so she was taking her time. So we're all looking out the window, all of us.
Of course.
Right? Of course, because, you know, why not, right? We're all like, oh my God, he's going to ask her to marry her. And then we're like, okay. I don't know, she's taking her good old time on this slushy.
Of course, that's all it is. It's that stuff, right?
Can she just drink it?
Yeah, seriously, come on. If you knew what was at the bottom of that slushy, you would have had it down by now, right? You know?
Exactly. Right? We're like, come on, lady, you know? And she was drinking it, and all of a sudden she goes, like it was stuck at the bottom of her slushy straw.
Like the straw. Oh my God.
And so all of a sudden she goes, what's this? And all of a sudden he was like waiting, and he's looking at us like, oh my God. And there's a lady here videoing, a lady at the fire pit videotaping because his friends are late. And all of a sudden she's like, what the hang is this? And she opens it up, and all of a sudden he got up and went down on one knee. And she was like, oh yeah, like surprises all hang. And so things like that, like that's like such a great thing. And then so anyways, so we got it all on his phone. And then his friends show up, and they're like, I thought you were waiting for us. And he's like, I couldn't wait any longer. This thing was in my pocket. I mean, so when you get part of that, it's like, I love doing that. Like you need to do more of that. And those are things that make me happy. Like what makes you happy? Like I love customers, I love people, I like being out and about. I don't want to sit behind a desk. Who wants to sit? I mean, there's people that love to sit behind the desk. Bill wants to make wine. Well, let's make wine. You know, if that's what you want to do, make wine. You're happy doing it. Yeah. So make wine. He hates everybody hates the paperwork part of it. Yeah. So, you know, there's always paperwork when you own a business.
Sadly,
Sadly, there is. There's paperwork to be done. Somebody else could do that. Yeah. Right? We don't need to do that.
We need administrators.
That's right. We need administrators.
Always in need of administrators. So
but there's people that love doing that. Well, good. I don't like doing it. Right? I hate doing that kind of stuff, but I'm not the one behind the desk. Like sometimes I want to sit there, I need to go to my desk, just sit at my desk. Yeah. And it's hard sometimes when you're...
That's where my procrastination comes out.
You see the desk? Like, oh, God.
Like, oh, I was like, is it that important? Is it that urgent?
Yes, yeah.
And the answer is always yes, but my answer in my head that I tell myself is no, we can wait until...
You can wait till tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. And tomorrow, as we know, never comes.
Never comes. Tomorrow never comes. Yeah. So you're...
Yeah, we'll always live today.
Yeah. Yes. So, because I could be at an event. Yeah. I could go out and do this. Yeah. I coordinate wine walks. Mm-hmm. Love doing that kind of stuff. Because you know how many people you see at a wine walk. And they love coming to see you.
Of course.
Because you know I have wine. It's kind of a compliment when you're asked, can you go be at the wine walk? And so I was just asked, so I'm always at Sweet Ride. We do ice cream and wine at Sweet Ride. So I'm at the wine walk in West Reading. Yeah. I help coordinate the one in Boyertown. I'm invited to the one in Ephrata. So they're always, you know, hey, and it's good that you go and see other ones because they do like this. Yeah. Oh, they do it like this. Right. Same as other events. Like, you know, this is kind of cool. Because if you're sitting here at your business and just hearing your business, you're not learning. Right. Right, so, what, am I waiting for everybody to come in? Right? Am I just waiting until they come and tell me that, you know, Tracey, there's a lot going on out there? Yeah. And so I'm like, I think I'll be a part of that.
Yeah, that's great.
And so that's what I want to do. So that's where I'm going to take my coffee and my wine and go off site and have fun.
And I think you've definitely earned that, and you've reached
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and you've reached that part of the business. And you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Exactly. You know? Exactly.
Pun intended.
Yeah, the fruits of labor. So the good part about being this since that long, so we've 12 years, something like that. Yeah, we did 11, that was 12 years. Where we've come, right, to where it's like people ask all the time, it's, my God, you know, did you ever imagine? No. Could you imagine where you are now?
No, not at all.
No.
I had this in one of the interviews, actually the one that's dropped this week, is like, I was told by a mentor in my life that I would never be able to be a business owner. I didn't have what it takes. And
You prove them wrong.
That sat with me for so long.
Yeah.
So I was completely content working for other people and doing things.
Yeah.
Knowing in the back of my head that like I can't work for other people. I'm not built that way. But I was like, well, I'm not, and it took the grace of God to be able to create the opening for me to be able to step out into business, doing something, and then ultimately where I got into business, I was doing was not a business that I actually ever thought I would be doing. I was doing home care.
Yeah. Okay.
That was the first business that I was running.
You run. Okay.
And then that gave me the confidence to be like, when I finally realized it, I was like, wait a minute, I'm not employed by anybody right now.
Yes,
like I have my own clients. I'm doing this on my own.
Exactly.
That gave me the confidence to be able to start what I'm doing now, which is my true passion has always been, which is business owners and everything like that.
So the thing is, when Bill wanted to do this, and I sat there and I'm like, if what I don't want to do is be 80, sitting on the front porch, and you saying, I wish I would have.
Yeah.
You know how many people do that?
The statistic is crazy for that.
So if you wanna, you need to do it.
Yeah.
Same as my coffee shop, right? Because I like coffee.
Yeah.
If I don't do it, what am I doing? And I had one business owner, and I'll tell you who it is. It's it's Raj from Pagoda Hill Brewing.
Okay.
Have you ever met
I
him?
haven't, no.
So Raj and I are walking around, and we're talking about, just business kind of thing. We're at Pagoda Brewing, and we're talking, and he says, so I have a question for you, Tracey. And he goes, what do you do with the building? What do you do with the building when you're not open? And I'm like, what am I doing with the building? And he goes, yeah, what are you doing with the building? And I'm like, I don't know, really not doing anything with it. Yeah. And he goes, do you pay the mortgage for the whole month or only the time that you're open? And I'm like, yeah, for the whole month. Then you need to use it the entire month.
Wow.
And I'm like, my God. I never, you don't think about that, right? You're sitting there like, oh my God, you're right. Because this is when I was thinking about making the coffee shop. He goes, well, you do the coffee in the morning, you can do the coffee in the morning and do the wine at night. Or you can do them together. Whatever, right? It doesn't matter. But he goes, what's the harm in doing that? There's nothing. And he goes, why don't you try it? And I'm like, okay. Yeah. And I did. And I've talked to him I was at an event at the Reading Public Museum, the museum. Yeah. And I said, he comes up and he goes, you did it. And I'm like, yeah, all because of you. And his wife's like, what? And I'm like, Raj, I said, you were totally correct. Yeah. What are you doing the rest of the time? Why can't you do it? No, what's stopping you from doing it? There was nothing stopping me from doing it.
Just you.
Just me, just me stopping me from doing it. And that's exactly what happened. It was in your, same as you, I can't be that because somebody told you can't be it. Right. But it wasn't you saying it, somebody else told you can't. Yeah. And but then I internalized it, and then it was me telling me that. Exactly, right, because he said it. And then you thought that I can't do this. Yeah. And so I did. And I'm like, I credit him for doing that. Yeah. And then now you have to re-look at, what are we doing here? Why are we doing it? When should we do it? So that's a little about us.
That's great. Yeah. Now, last question would be, how can people follow along?
So we are on the ridgewoodwinery.com. Okay. We are on the socials. So I always like TikTok.
Not TikTok yet. Not yet.
Tracy calls it TikTok. So Insta, that's the other one. So I have Insta. To, with the kids, just and then the Facebook and all the social medias that we do. So we're, you can follow along with us on our, a lot of the events are on our website. I try to keep them up there. There's a lot going on. But you see a lot on social media, and we have all of our locations has their own Facebook page. So
that's great.
We try to Try to keep it up there, and that's one of the things I really need to work on, making sure that everybody knows what we're doing. I try. Yeah.
That's all you can do.
That's all I can do. That's all I can do. So
thank you so much for
you're
your
more
time,
than
Tracey.
welcome. Thank you. I'm glad you
This was great.
came here and at our little house. I always said that, our little house, and found out a little about Ridgewood just from listening to me talk to somebody. You were over.
That's right.
You were.
So thank you, Liz, for setting up the networking event, because this wouldn't be possible without that.
And we're doing it again in November, she said.
In November, that's right.
November. She's doing it in November. I think that's the first Thursday. Okay. We're doing it here.
This might actually drop that week.
Are you kidding?
Might. Okay. I have to think through things. But it pretty darn close to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
That's a wrap.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Crosstalk. I hope today's conversation left you encouraged and reminded you of the power of community and authentic connection. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, share it with a friend, and let us know what inspires you most. Remember, our community thrives when our local entrepreneurs, ministry leaders, and artists succeed. Until next time, keep showing up, keep dreaming, and keep making a difference.